What's your relationship to money now? What's it like being loaded to fuck?
I think Ed said in some interview that I wasn't there for, but he said something like, I've never known someone who cares so little about money stumble into so much of it about me. So like, it was an accident. It was something that like, you know, I just wanted to make good stuff, and then like that kind of happened, and like, you know, I have accountants and whatever now who I talk to who...
Yeah, you're not like putting it all under your mattress and forgetting that tax exists and all that shit that can come for...
But I'm pretty sure they have their head in their hands after every meeting just going, this guy doesn't understand anything we've just said to him. Like, he hasn't got a clue. It's obviously... just makes me feel incredibly secure, and like, I think a lot of it just de-stresses you, and you don't have to worry as much. And that is the way that the world is with capitalism and whatnot, is that it makes life easier for you. And I don't feel comfortable with that all the time. I feel like, and that's why I feel like I should acknowledge it in a show, especially when I'm talking about, you know, going to therapy and whatnot. That's something that I'm doing because I can afford it now. I couldn't afford it when I was growing up, and I couldn't afford it, you know, maybe in the years where I needed it the most. I couldn't afford 50 quid a week to go to therapy. Yeah. And now I can, and it's helping me, but I don't want to be going on stage. You know, I don't want to be on stage and telling people you can't afford it, so don't bother. but equally, I don't want to be going on stage making out like, you know, hey, we should all be doing this. Yeah. When some people can't. So like, yeah, it's something that you kind of adjust to now. She's like, well, I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think I would ever be this comfortable. So now I've got because I didn't plan for that. I didn't have a, you know, dream house, or, you know, you speak to people who have like a dream car or whatever. I've never had anything like that. I was just like, I want to make this show, or I want to do that thing. So now, yeah, you're kind of going like, okay, well, what do you want to do with this money? And also, you know, how do you want to... This does change who you are on stage now. This changes your status with the audience. And like, I always really like Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny in Philadelphia is very good in interviews when he's talking about certain things, about like, oh no, I was able to get ripped like this because I'm rich. You know, like, because he's aware of like, everyone listening to this can't necessarily achieve that, and he wants to make it clear to them, like, no, you would have to literally never see your family, never do anything else, work out all day with a personal trainer who knows their stuff, and you would have to be very, very rich to be able to do that. And that's how I've done this. And I'm not going to just talk about it like men's health is important and blah, 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 and ignore the fact that I'm able to do this because of that. So like, I do feel like that with certain bits of this show, especially.
It's funny that you mentioned him being ripped, because my sort of follow-up question was going to be along the lines of, there is this phenomenon now of comics who are designed, like that thing of like, I'm designing my life, people who've made it look like Paul Smith has started doing, you know, mixed martial arts and training, and is, you know, massively beefed up. There's someone else who did it recently, Tom Horton. He's been getting really beefy. And I think it's one of those things that comes with, or it probably comes alongside a sort of like, things are working, I've got a bit of free time. Probably, I think in Paul's case, and maybe in other people's cases as well, fans get in touch who are like, hey, you should come to my gym for free because I like you. And then they start teaching them mixed martial arts. I don't know if that's happened to you or you fielded those kind of approaches. But it is that weird design your life thing whereby I sort of notice it. Or do you recognise that kind of trope of like, comic, self-made, doing really well, starts doing mixed martial arts and getting buff? And I'm just always wondering, what is that about? Is it to do with wanting a feeling of security because maybe these people are in environments where they're famous and everyone knows they've probably got their wallet on them, and so they're more vulnerable? Like that guy who's been in the news recently who's trying to live forever. He's like a billionaire and he's getting blood transfusions from his son. I've done no further research. I think I saw the caption under a picture. Wow. I feel like that's a thing whereby people, maybe when you get rich enough and you're self-determining enough, you start thinking, how can I cheat death? Well, I better start doing protein shakes
Sure,
and chlorophyll or whatever.
Yeah, because then you've kind of completed the game.
Exactly, something. Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Or what am I?
I've got all the best weapons.
I don't want the game to end.
Yeah.
And I'd like another level, but I don't want to. Yeah, but whatever it is, yeah, I guess like. But that's when you're. I guess, and there's loads of different reasons why people would obviously, doing mixed martial arts, looking at any kind of physical exercise is looking after yourself and it's cool. So like, good on them. The living forever thing. I mean, the billionaire and the blood transfusions. That is just someone who, they've got nothing else to achieve for themselves. Yeah, and so they're like, well, I would like to live forever, and you're like. There are more things you could achieve, but they would just involve benefiting other people. You fucking asshole. So like, so I think that I think there's that as well. It's like, it takes a lot of work to get to to where those people are, I'm sure, and then and a lot of work towards yourself is going around on the open mic circuit and trying to make it in Edinburgh and all of that. It's a lot of hard work, and it's all geared towards you doing better, and it's not really geared towards anyone else. And you kind of have to. You can't just keep that up forever. I think when you do get in a position where you're quite comfortable, if you're going to keep on just serving this and ego or whatever the thing is, I reckon that's probably dangerous, and you should, But exercise and stuff is different.